by FTR and other things. Okay, what do you mean by software reliability and other things? Okay, so before going to that, we are having one more concept called risk. Okay, for today, we will see about what is a risk, what are the types of risks we have, and we will discuss about software risk. Okay, in today's class, we are going to discuss what risk is, what are the types of risks, and what are the different types of software risks we have. Okay, this is all the generic concept wherein which we will see in our day-to-day life. So all of you can easily understand what risk is, what are the types of risks, and what are the types of risks in our daily life. We will be converting them into our product risk or else software risk. Okay, so we will discuss these 3 points, 3 concepts in today's class. Okay, so we will discuss that from our notes that we have. Already I have shared this to you. I think all of you are having it, right? So if you are not having it, get it from your friends or get it from the website. Okay, L6 raised hand. What happened? Any doubt? L6, any doubt? Okay, and you can get this notes either from your MREC portal or from your friends, which I have already shared. Okay, so again, I'm repeating. Okay, that's okay. And you can download your. Yesterday, I think at the final stages, one of your friend have asked about the lab. Okay, this lab manual is also available in your uh, what in your portal. Okay, you can download the manual from your portal because some of you are wanting to know what are there in your lab manual and how the lab will happen in the coming semester, because we are at the end of the semester, right? So after mid-2 you will be having your final examinations. So just go through the diagrams. We have discussed about ATM system. Okay, ATM diagram in our link portal ante MRC academics amma the same portal which you use for your attendance. I think you are joining through that link only, right? So you can download it from that particular website, or else I will share that link. If you are not having, I share this also. Onda leda manual, anyone of you have downloaded it or you haven't? సో లేదు అంటే కనుక ఒకసారి నేను పంపిస్తాను. You can see it. It is not updated one. So just go through like ఇది మీ OOADs are కూడా he might actually this lab will be dealt by your OOAD lecturer and myself. Yeah, I will send it. So you can just see it like what are the things, what is the software we are using. Okay, Raptor 4.0, and how we are going to draw this diagram, sequence diagram, selection statements, how we are drawing and how we are using all these things. Okay, anyhow, I will share it here in your Zoom chat. If not, any one of you ping me, I will share that in your WhatsApp also. Okay. Okay, I have shared it. I think you can download it now. Okay, just a minute. I did not. I shared to some student. Okay, now you can see I have shared it for everyone. Okay, it's of 5 MB space. I shared it to L3 and to everyone. Okay, I hope you can download it now. Able to download it? So just go through them. Don't worry about it. Just go through them. Anyhow, you will be having that while you are having offline classes. Anyhow, just go through them so that you can understand what is meant by SRS. Okay, what do you mean by the sequence diagrams, collaboration diagram, use case diagrams, DFDs. Okay, so what are the diagrams that, what are the symbols that we use, and what do you mean by DFD and all the things. Okay, so just go through them in your free time. Don't worry about it because it is not yet been explained to you. So it will be explained to you later in your offline class or else by your OAD lecturer in detail. Okay, so we will be having some parts, some use cases in your SC also. Okay, so these are the experiments what we have, like develop DFD model, structured model, UML sequence class. Okay, and some programs with reference to class diagram, object diagram, and some testing tools. You'll be having all these things. Okay, so just go through them. I think you can download it. Have you downloaded it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, done. So that is all I wanted to give you some clarification on your lab. And when it comes to the syllabus, I have shared these notes with you already, all the 5 units notes with reference to your syllabus. Okay, so whatever that is there in your syllabus, everything is being referred in this particular notes point to point. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just go through some topics which you are interested first. Later you can go through all the units that are there in your syllabus. Okay, so software engineering is completely theoretical part, and a diagram and diagrams are involved in it. So as I said, you should draw one diagram, you should write some subheadings, and you should explain them. That is all required for software engineering examination. Okay, so now let us go with the risk management. Okay, I think I am clear with uh, all the questions that are been asked by students are addressed. Okay, so now let us go into syllabus. We'll try to complete this because by this week or next week we are going to complete this module 5. So after that only revision will be there, and you can prepare for your mid 2 also. So mid 2 will be from 2.5 to 5, right? Because we had till 2.5, that is till system models are covered in your unit 1. So design engineering, from design engineering concept, testing and risk management will be there in your unit mid 2. Okay, so these are the things what you need to prepare. And let us see what risk is. So in general, time, I mean, in our regular life, we will hear about the word risk. Okay, so what do you mean by risk, and what are the strategies, risk strategies, like reactive risk and proactive risk? I think computer networks is completed for you. If not, okay, let it be. There are some words called reactive and proactive. Okay, so in our regular life, we will use this reactive and proactive also. So, what do you mean by reactive? But before going to that, what do you mean by a risk? So, by this diagram, you can see what risk is all about. So, risk is something which is dangerous, or else which is not acceptable, or else not required, or else which causes some damage to our system in the sense let it be a product, let it be something else, XYZ. Okay. So in our regular life also, if something is affecting us or damaging us, it is called as risk. For suppose, if you have some money with you, okay, you want to invest somewhere, there will be some strategies which will be risk free, risk medium, and risk high. So, what do you mean by risk high, risk medium, and risk low? It is nothing but low risk means nothing, your investment that is done will not be affected. What do you mean by risk medium? Risk medium is nothing but you may get profits, but you may lose some money also at some time. If it is risk high, what do you mean by risk high? The effect may be from average to high. That means you may lose your invested money in that particular instrument or else in that particular strategy. Okay. I hope all of you are getting that, right? So if you don't get that example, we may see one more example. Like I am healthy, okay, but I want to work to earn money. Okay. So if I go to some hilly area or else which is of having some mountains, icy snow and all the things, I may have a risk more because I'm having some breathing problem or something XYZ. But if I stay in a normal place, I will be healthy. So that means my risk for health is medium when I stay in normal land or else in some south areas. When I am working in north areas, my health will be at risk. Okay, high risk, low risk. Okay, so these are the two examples what I have said. That is with reference to your money for investment and regarding your health when you are working in different areas with respect to your health. Okay, so that is what we are having. We have seen two examples in our day-to-day life, but let us see what are the risks involved in our product development or else in our software development. So here there will be some risks. So how you will be overcoming that risk is you are going to first of all identify what that risk is. So once you identify that risk, you will be analyzing that, like what that particular risk is going to do, or else what that particular risk is going to do some damage for your product. So basing on that principle, basing on the formula of that risk, you will plan to control it. Okay, you will have some strategies to control that risk in order not to affect your system or else in order not to affect your product that is being developed. Okay, so this is the diagram for risk management. So first of all, you are going to identify the risk. You are going to analyze what that risk is, what damage it is going to cause, and once you understand that risk, you are going to have the strategies to control that particular risk, such that you will prepare a plan and you will control that risk so that it will not damage your system. Okay, so I hope all of you have understood the meaning of risk. Risk is nothing but which causes some damage to your product or else which is going to affect your system. Okay, so that is all about risk. Okay, I hope all of you have understood it. Yes or no? Anyone of you respond? You got it? In general terms, I have explained it to you. Okay. So now let us see what is meant by reactive and proactive. So reactive is nothing but whenever the risk happens, then you will execute the controlling methods. Okay. When the risk arises, then you will think about that risk. I hope you are getting my point. Risk రానంత వరకు you will not have any plan to control that risk, or else you don't want to know about, you don't want to think about that risk. So the reactive strategies are the strategies wherein which you will only think about risk when it happens. Okay. Proactive risk is nothing but you will be thinking whether it happens or not. Okay. For suppose you are coming to our college. Let us take one example. Okay. You are coming on some bike, on your own bike or car, whatever it is. When you come on your car or bike, if you don't think about accident, okay, if you don't think about accident and come, that is called as a reactive risk. But you think, oh no, I may have some accident, or else accident may happen, and you wear your belt or you wear your helmet, or you keep your health card with your XYZ, whatever it is. You are having your accessories which can fight with the risk. So that is called as proactive risk. Whenever you are thinking about risk and planning, that is called as proactive. It is a time to time process. But whereas a reactive risk is, I will only think if it happens. So while you are coming from your home to college, if some accident happens, then you will think, oh, what is the ambulance number, what is my health card number, what is my status, like am I safe or not, so how to overcome this issue. All these things, at that particular instance, you will plan and you will think of it. That is called as reactive risk. In general terms I have said, but let us see in software terms. So you are creating one product or creating one software. Okay. While creating the product only, if you are thinking about the risk, that is called as what type of risk? You are thinking, you don't think anything about risk. You will create your product. After creation of product, then some risk happened. Then that is called as which type of risk? I have given you two examples. I am creating one software wherein which I am thinking about risk and creating that. Reactive. I don't know for what you have given me answer, but I have asked you two questions. Let me ask once again. I am creating a product wherein which I am having risk in my mind. Okay, so this risk may happen, so that's why I'm creating this product. So I need to keep in my mind that this risk will happen. So I'm keeping that in my mind and creating this project. So which type of category it comes under? Yes, L8, M7, and who is this? K1. Yes, you are right. That is called as proactive risk. Okay. So reactive risk, I don't think about anything. I am creating my own software. First ముందు పని చేసేస్తాం, క్రియేట్ చేసేస్తాం ప్రాజెక్ట్ ని. Then if suddenly some risk arises, then also we will troubleshoot it. But that type of risk is called as reactive risk. Okay, so these are the two types of risks that we have. I mean, this two strategies we'll follow with respect to the risk. See, all of you can read it. I think I am very clear about this. Networks lo aithe, computer networks lo, you will have reactive protocols and proactive protocols to find out the route in between the network. Okay, if you understand this concept, you can clearly understand that also. Okay, so at the best, reactive strategies monitor the project for likely risks. Resources are set aside to deal with them should they become actual problems. More commonly, the software team does nothing about risks until something goes wrong. Okay, I think you can understand from the statement what we have discussed. The software team does nothing about the risk until something happens or something goes wrong. Then the team files into action in an attempt to correct the problem rapidly. This is called as firefighting mode. Okay, or else this particular method is called as a reactive strategy. So what they does, project team reacts to risk when they occur. Okay, mitigation is the plan for additional resources in anticipation of the risk that is been arised. So once the risk arises, you will be immediately having a plan to control it. That is called as mitigation. Okay, so mitigation is nothing but a plan for additional resources in anticipation of firefighting. Okay, fix on failure. So how do you fix the failure, or how do you fix the risk is you will be controlling it. Resources are found and applied when risks strikes. Okay, crisis management. Failure does not respond to applied resources and project is in jeopardy. Okay, so this is all about reactive strategy. So now let us see about proactive strategy. Proactive strategy begins long before technical work is initiated. Potential risks are identified at the beginning itself. Okay, their probability and impacts are assessed and they are ranked by importance. Okay, so here before the development of the software only, we will keep in our mind about the risks and what are the different risks we have, what is the probability of how it is going to impact our developed software, and we will give some ranks for the risks that we have identified. Okay, these ranks are nothing but the priorities of the risks, how much it will affect our system, so or else at what time it may affect. So this is the highest priority. You will give 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. If I have 5 risks, I will give my numbering to my risks that are being identified at the early stage. Okay, then the software team establishes a plan for managing the risk. Okay, so whatever the risks are being identified, or else whatever risks are considered, so you will have a plan to manage that risk. Okay, formal risk analysis is performed. Organization corrects the root cause of the risk, examining the risk and that lies beyond and bound of the software, developing the skills to manage the changes that are to be done on the risk. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you today. I hope I am clear with what is meant by reactive and proactive risk. Okay, so we can discuss this in tomorrow's class. Actually, I thought of telling you about software risk also. I have covered it. Okay, but some points I should clearly explain, ఎందుకంటే మీకు ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను సాఫ్ట్వేర్ రిస్క్ లో స్ట్రాటజీస్ ఏమున్నాయి అన్నది మనం ఆల్రెడీ డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం. But in detail, we will see what are the risks that are involved in software. That is technical, business, project risk. We can discuss it in tomorrow's class. Okay. So for today, all of you remember what is reactive and proactive strategy. Okay. Right, guys. We will meet in next class. Any